Hello, everybody. My name is Aurélie. We're just gonna wait a couple more minutes for the person that are a bit late. I hope you're all seeing my screen. So I'm Aurélie. I'm the production manager for Latin America at Worldia for a few years now. Today we're gonna talk about Brazil as a touristic destination that I know quite well, as I lived there over 5 years. So it's a huge country, so it's not going to be easy in 30 minutes to talk to you about everything that we can do there. So I'm going to focus on the essentials, and if needed, we're gonna can organize another session for specific places afterwards. So for the agenda of today, I'm gonna do a general introduction about the destination, the must-sees in Brazil, and the destination at Worldia, what we can offer and you can find on our platform and on our catalog. So Brazil, it's called also the wonderful country. It's, as I said before, it's a really huge country. It's the fifth largest country in the world. So it's a mix of a lot of things, different kind of landscapes. You have cities, towns, colonial villages, rainforest, a lot of beautiful beaches, the Amazon, wetlands. So it's a really a mix of landscape and therefore a mix of culture as well. I used to say that once you step a foot in Brazil, you want to come back. As it's a really big country, it's a place that you can visit one, twice, third, or 15 times, and at each time you can discover something new. So here I have put a map of the destination just for you to have a visibility. The country it's divided in five regions and 22 states. The two states that are the most visited are the red and the blue one here, so the southeast and the northeast, with the area of Rio, of course, and the Bahia state most of the time. You also have a lot of trips going to Paraná for the Iguaçu Falls or in the Amazon. But as you can see, it's a really, really big destination. You have a lot of lot of airports and a few international airports. The most known are, of course, the one of Rio and São Paulo, which are the two the main entrance of the country. But you can also fly to Salvador, to Brasilia, depending from where you're coming from. So the destination highlights, as I said before, is the fifth largest country in the world. It's approximately 200 millions inhabitants. The country, for the size, for you to compare, it's about a bit more than 15 times the size of France, and it's about 90% the size of the US. So the US is bigger than Brazil, but it's quite there. It's a mix of nature, culture, landscapes, and beaches, as I said. So you have a huge diversity of landscape depending on the region that the clients want to visit. So it can offer a large choice of different trips that you can make. It's the country of the superlatives, so it's 1/5 of the planet freshwater. It's the largest tropical rainforest, the largest wetlands. You have the greatest biodiversity of any country on the planet in terms of both flora and fauna. So a lot of things to see and a lot of things to discover. It's very rich culturally and historically. You still have a lot of traditions that are preserved and then there remains through the religion, different according to the regions that you visit. You have the culture of the dance and the music, the carnival. So you can also live this kind of experience when you go to Brazil. The gastronomy is quite interesting in the country, and it's different according to the region that you visit. You have a good hotel infrastructure and a large choice. It's accessible for all kind of clients and to different kind of budgets. So that's why it's an interesting choice as well of destination. And you have a pleasant climate all year round. So for whom and when? I must say that it's a destination for everybody, depending on what you're looking for. Most of the clients are couples, families. It's really interesting for the people that like culture. So you have a lot of colonial cities, a lot of churches. So you have this architectural aspect, but you also have the culture, um, the interaction with people, the different culture, the different religion, tradition according to the state that you visit. So this is something really important in the country. It's also interesting for the people that loves nature, flora and fauna, especially if you discover the Amazon or the area of the Pantanal. But rather than those two regions, you have a lot of places around Brazil to explore the nature, and for people that are a bit adventurous. So when you can go in Brazil all year long. Um, we there is two big season, let's say, and the season are the contrary of Europe. So during our winter, it's their summer. So from November, October till February, March, it's the summer in Brazil, and during our summer, it's their winter. So from April, May until September, it's you have a cooler climate. But every uh, you can go in Brazil any kind of month depending on the place you want to visit. For you to know the carnival, it's 1 week per year. The dates are not fixed. It's not fixed every year the same, but it's between February and March, and we know that around 8 months in advance, more or less. And for the Amazon, the best time to visit the area it's from June to October. So during their winter time, when it rarely rains, but it still rain in the in the Amazon all year long. But you're gonna have a more pleasant time because it's not pouring rain all day. So where to go? So we have a huge catalog in our portfolio for Brazil. We divided the area the country in 10 areas, as you can see here. I'm not going to be able to talk to you about all of them today because it's a lot. As I said, it's a really big country. So I'm going to focus on the essential, which are Rio and the Costa Verde, the Iguazu Falls, the state of Bahia, and the Amazon. So, Rio and the Costa Verde. So here you can see a beautiful picture of the city of Rio. So here you can find a map, and I think it's always nice to have a visibility of the city for you to understand a bit how it's organized. Here, on the top, you have the international airport, and here on the right side, you have the domestical airport. So according to if it's the main the first destination, the clients are going to arrive here, but if they are flying from another place in Brazil, they can arrive in the international and domestical airport. The main places where the clients like to stay are around the beach. So you have here Copacabana, which is here, and Ipanema here. If you go a bit further that way, you have the place called Barra, the neighborhood of Barra, which is the place where we hosted the Olympic Games. You have a lot of beautiful and nice brand new hotels over there, but you have to consider that it's 45 minutes drive to reach Copacabana, which is the main place that people want to go. So it's not always a good idea to go and stay in Barra for a touristic stay, especially if it's the first time. because the main attraction, they are quite in this area. So you have the beaches here, you have the Lagoa, and the botanical garden around here. The Of course, the Corcovado, the Christ, it's quite in the center of the city. Here you have the Pão de Açúcar, the Sugarloaf Mountain, which is the main attraction with the Christ. And the north of the city, you have the city center with its historical buildings, and the area of Lapa, which is known for the colorful stairs that we can see in magazines or documentary, and is also the area when people want to go out. You have the bars and the restaurants that are quite famous. So the main attractions are around here. Um, so most of the people, they want to sleep around Copacabana and Ipanema. And here I show you, I put here a map of the area of the Costa Verde, which is the green coast, um, for you to understand a bit more. So you have Rio here, and from here you can go for beach stay or villages excursion. So you have here, we're going to talk about that afterwards, but we have Paraty here, Ilha Grande here, and for maybe a more luxurious escapade, you have Búzios, which is north of Rio. So Rio, it's called the Cidade Maravilhosa, which means the wonderful city. You can stay up to 1 week, even 2 weeks if you want in Rio. There's a lot of things to do. It's the main destination in Brazil, the highlight of a trip. You have different neighborhoods to discover with cultural differences and attractions. A lot of beautiful beaches to discover. You have, of course, the district of Santa Teresa, which is known for its bohemian aspect. And it's also a place when you have a lot of artists, a lot of small boutique hotels, cafe. Yeah, it's a bit trendy. Rio, it's all about the Carioca lifestyle, shopping, parties, dining, and of course, it's the city of the Carnival and the samba. So where to sleep in Rio? It depends on the clients, but usually people for a first time, and I recommend that for a first stay to stay around Copacabana, Ipanema, or Leblon, so you are close to the coast. And for a second stay, the Santa Teresa district is quite interesting to see another aspect of the city. And what to do? You have a lot to do. I mentioned a bit before. When I showed you the map, you have the Corcovado, the Sugarloaf, the downtown, Lapa, Santa Teresa, the stadium of the Maracana. A lot of things depending on what people want. You can visit some communities, you can do an helicopter ride, some trekking. So a lot to do depending on what the client wants to discover. Here you have a presentation of a selection of some activities that we can offer to the clients. Some are more traditional and some are a bit different. So you have, for example, a hike to Pedra Bonita. You have a street art tour. We can have a walk in a favela with a local. Go to discover Rio by night, discover the wild beaches of Joatinga and Grumari, which are a bit further away from the city center. So we have a lot of activities in the catalog. Those are just a selection. And here I put our favorite hotels with an idea of price. So one is high-end, is the Janeiro Hotel, which is in Leblon, so after Ipanema. The luxury hotel, you have the Copacabana Palace in Copacabana, which is um, a famous and traditional hotel in the area. The Ipanema Inn is really known and really good for its location because it's just in front of the beach of Ipanema. And for something a bit more charming, you have the Casa Mama Huiza in the area of Santa Teresa. So to continue, I'm gonna introduce you Paraty. So I don't know if you know this place. So Paraty, it's a small town. It's 4 hours drive from Rio, and it's 5 hours drive from São Paulo. So it's quite in the middle between both cities. So you can either go to Paraty from one or the other big city. You can stay there up to 4 or 5 days. It's a charming historic town, and it's really located in the heart of the Costa Verde. So I think the pictures are talking for themselves. It's quite a really, really beautiful place. The village is really colonial, with paved streets, um, the colorful buildings, and you also have a beautiful vegetation around, so you can just enjoy the beach, go to the rainforest, do some trekking, do some cachaça tasting, because it's an area when you can have some distillery. You can do day cruise. So it's really a nice place if you want to enjoy this area. Same here, you can find some activities that we offer in the area. Some are more classical than others, like Paraty by bike or a cruise, a day cruise. But we also do some canoeing, some hike to the Saco de Mamangua. So things that are a bit off the beaten tracks. And if people wants to go to experience a beach stay around Rio, because Rio, of course, it's by the beach, but it's still a city. So if you want to have an experience a bit far from the crowd, we can organize a trip to Ilha Grande. Ilha Grande, it's an island. It's 4 hours drive plus boat from Rio. So the clients, they drive to most of the time it's Angra dos Reis, and then you have a 30 minutes boat ride. Ilha Grande, it's a place there is no cars, so you do everything by foot. It's a natural sanctuary of jungle and beach, and you can travel by boat or on foot only. And what you can do there, it's enjoy the beach, do some day cruises, snorkeling, trekking, relaxation. It's a really nice atmosphere. It's really beautiful. There is actually a beach called Lopez Mendes, which was listed in the most beautiful beaches of the world. And here you can find a map, as I said, just for you to picture exactly where it is. So you have Rio here and São Paulo here, um, Paraty, the historical town, and Ilha Grande here. So if you go from Rio to Ilha Grande, you're gonna have a drive until Angra, and you cross by boat here. You can also go to Ilha Grande from Paraty, so it's gonna be the same. You drive up to Angra, and you take a boat ride. So people come from São Paulo. This area here, it's a really nice place as well, but it's most known by the Brazilian people, Brazilian that lives in São Paulo, that goes to the beach during the weekend. So the beaches are beautiful, but there's not such a really nice infrastructure for international clients. But if they don't want to go to Paraty straight away, you can stop in Ubatuba. And there you have, it's a really nice town. And there you have some nice accommodation. So it can be interesting to do São Paulo for a couple of days, 2 or 3 nights in Ubatuba, then Paraty, Ilha Grande, and Rio. It's a really nice 10 days trip, for example. Continuing to Iguazu. So Iguazu, we are in the south of the country. I'm not gonna talk a lot about Iguazu Falls because the place is quite known. Usually we recommend to stay 2 days, 2 nights. It's located on the border between Argentina, Brazil, and Paraguay, and it's located in the middle of the rainforest. You can visit the park from the Brazilian side and from the Argentinian side. I recommend to do both because you don't have the same perspective if you visit from the Brazilian and from the Argentinian side. The Brazilian side is smaller. You can visit the park in half day, and the Argentinian side is bigger. You need at least one full day to discover fully the park. It's 275 waterfalls. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's simply amazing. So Bahia now, so I'm going up north. So Bahia, it's a really, really big state in Brazil. You have the capital of the state is Salvador de Bahia, which is here, and it's also known for the coast. You have beautiful, beautiful places to relax and enjoy the beach. So you can either go around Salvador by car or by boat, or if you have clients that are have more time or are okay to take a flight, you can fly to the south of Bahia, close to Trancoso or a bit up north in Ilhéus. So you have beautiful, beautiful places. There is also another part in Bahia State, which is here, Lençóis. You have the Chapada Diamantina, which is a mountain range where you can do some hike. It's not something really known, but it's really beautiful. Something that we can arrange if you have clients interested in that kind of trip. And here I put a map of Salvador as well for you to understand a bit how it's organized. So the international airport is here. The city center, which is called the Pelourinho, is here. That's where most of the people wants to stay or usually wanted to stay in the past. And now we have a lot of clients that are more interesting to stay around the coast. This is called the upper city, and you have here the lower city. So you can either stay in this area or in this area. Both of them are places that you visit when you discover Salvador. So Salvador de Bahia, it's called the cultural capital. Usually people are staying between 2 and 4 days. More would be a bit too much. It's a colonial and mixed city. It's one of the most beautiful city in the country. It's really multicultural, and you have the most important Afro-Brazilian population. It was historically the place where the slaves arrived from Africa. So you have a popular culture and a historical culture, which is really interesting. And you can see that through the food, through the festivals, through the music, through the religion. It's really interesting to understand a bit the past and how things are now. So yeah, most of the time people are staying in the center to discover a bit the heart of the culture of Salvador. So what to do? You have, of course, to walk in the colonial center, the red light district, and do some capoeira class, learn how to dance samba. You can assist to a candomblé ceremony, which is a candomblé. It's a African mixed Brazilian religion. It's quite interesting to see that the nightlife, and of course enjoy the beach around. So here you can see as well a selection of some activities that we can offer in Salvador. So a bike tour, discover the Pelourinho, some class of capoeira, a tour about around the Afro-Brazilian culture, a lot of things that are quite interesting. And our favorites hotels as well in this area. So for luxury accommodation, you have the Hotel Fasano, which is quite new actually, and it's not that old. And the price, it's not that expensive for a luxurious hotel. For a price versus quality, you have the Bahia Cafe, which is a small, really small boutique hotel. I would say it's a three-star hotel, but it's really, really nice, located in the center. And for the price, the quality is quite good. For the location, you have the Casa do Amarelindo, which is really beautiful as well. It's in the center, but you have, as you can see in the picture, a really nice view. And for something charming, you have the Villa Bahia, which is also in the city center, and it's really, really nice. It's a boutique hotel with a really nice service. So the surrounding beach stay that you can offer to your clients. Um, Around Salvador that you can reach or by car or by boat. You have two options. Either you go north and you can go by car, either you go south and it's by car and boat. So if you go north, you have two options that are quite interesting. You have Praia do Forte and Imbaçaí, which are really next to each other. It's around the 1 hour 20, 1 hour and a half hour drive. The main difference between both of them is Praia do Forte, it's more known. You have a really big and beautiful resort, the Tivoli Eco Resort. It's a nice place for people that wants to do wine surfing, kite surfing, surf, and it's also known because of the Tamar project, which is a project of rehabilitation of turtles in the area. So this is Praia do Forte. In Baçaí, which is the village just nearby, it's located on the Coconut Coast, and it's more a little village where you live a bit barefoot, with some small posada, a bit more charming, a bit more traditional, let's say. So it depends on what the client wants. It's less known, there's less people, so it's two different atmosphere. You can stay in Praia do Forte and go for it in Baçaí and vice versa. If you go south, you have two options, quite different. You can either go to Morro de São Paulo or to Boipeba. Both of them are islands. Both of them are car-free islands. And for both of them, you have to take a drive to the harbor and then take um, a boat ride. From Salvador to Morro de São Paulo, it's about 2 hours, 2 hour and a half boat ride, and a bit more for Boipeba. You can go to both islands in small planes, but it's quite expensive, but it's possible. The difference between both of them, it's really simple. Morro de São Paulo, it's a bit more. You have more hotels. You have a good choice of hotel, actually, a nice diversity. You have some restaurants, you have some animation, you have some bars, you have a bit more animation. Boipeba, it's a bit more like a deserted island, let's say. It's really untouched. It's the picture on the bottom part. It's really untouched. There's nobody there. There is just a small village, but a few people living around. Few accommodation. You have actually a really nice, luxurious one. But yeah, it's a bit more for people that want to be isolated, quiet, really nice for couples, for honeymoons. So it really depends on what your clients are looking for. And to finish today, I'm going to talk about the Amazon because it's most of the time one of the highlights of a client for a trip in Brazil for first time. So when to go? You can go to the Amazon all year long. It depends if you are okay with having some rains or not. But you have to know that it's gonna rain all year long. You have a rainy season and a dry season. The best period, if you want to avoid, it's from June to October. It's the most favorable time of the year. Um, you have three different places to enter in the Amazon. The most known place, the main entrance, it's Manaus. Manaus, which is the capital city, the capital of the Amazon, which is here. You can also go to Santarém here, but it's really off the beaten track. It's really for people that maybe have been already to Manaus and to experience the lodge area. And you can also arrive in Belém. The three of them is different kind of atmosphere and different kind of experience. We usually recommend for a first day to go to Manaus and to enjoy a lodge experience for 3 or 4 nights. So you're gonna have some different lodges that you can find on our platform. If you have clients that want to go on a cruise, it's possible. At the moment, we don't have them in the catalog because it depends honestly on the clients. What do they want? What kind of boat do they want? Do they want to be in six rooms or in a 20 rooms boat? When do they want to go? How long they are willing to stay? What kind of quality that they are expecting? So we can organize that, but it's gonna be more tailor-made. Um, it's gonna be tailor-made. So we have only the lodges on our platform. So the Amazon quickly, 3 to 5 days is the world's largest river basin and rainforest in the world. It's the length of the world, as we say. It's covering the upper parts of South America. It's not just in Brazil. Even though 60% of the Amazon is located in Brazil, you can also find this area in Peru, in Ecuador, in Colombia. You can enjoy this kind of experience. And it's 49% of the territory of Brazil, so it's half of the country, it's the Amazon. Um, the Amazon represents 67% of the world tropical forest. It's UNESCO, it's an area to protect, of course. And it has the highest concentration of wild animal on on the continent. So you can see butterflies, a lot of birds, of course, mammals, fish, reptiles, and amphibians. I have to say, because I really think it's important, the Amazon is not a safari destination. And it's important to mention that if you have clients that want to see animals, I wouldn't recommend to go to the Amazon. When clients want to go to the Amazon, it's to enjoy the rainforest, the lifestyle, the atmosphere that you're gonna feel when you are there. But it's not mandatory that you're gonna find some jaguars or some big mammals. If clients want to do a safari experience, it's better to go to the Pantanal in the south of the country, where you can really enjoy wildlife in jaguars and stuff. So it's really important to not be something that clients are gonna be sad about. So where to stay? As I said, the main entrance is Manaus. If clients want to stay in a lodge, they're gonna have to spend at least one night in Manaus before. So clients are gonna fly to Manaus, you spend one night, you enjoy during half a day the city. It's built on the banks of the Rio Negro. The town is quite interesting. You have the Opera House, which is really beautiful and deserve to be visited. You have the fish market, which is really interesting to understand a bit how the city works. And then after that, you spend one night, and the day after, you go for a lodge stay. So for any trip to the Rio Negro, as I said, you need to fly to Manaus. So we organize packages in lodge, which are with English Portuguese speaking guide, in full board with transfers and activities included. Those are in small groups. If you have clients that wants to be in private, it's possible, but it's gonna be way more expensive. But it is possible. You just have to ask in advance, and we can quote that for you. The activities there depends on the lodge, but most of the time they are quite the same. So it's gonna be walks in the forest, wildlife observation, during the day and during the night. So to see especially the birds and the monkeys, and at night to see mainly the insects and all the night wildlife. You have boat tours, you have visits to the different communities that lives in the forest. So it's quite interesting. The food usually it's really good, and you have different kind of lodges. So you have the really standard ones where you can also sleep one night in the forest, and you really have some luxurious one that are quite amazing when you stay in some chalet in the middle of the jungle, in a really really high standard. So this is Manaus. The second option is to go to Belém, where you can spend a few days and discover the Marajó area. It's more an off the beaten track experience. Marajó is really known for the bird experience for people that are really into birds. Um, and you have a lot of boat excursion. And the third option, as I mentioned before, it's to go to the area of Santarém and Alter do Chão. But it's really, really tricky to go there and not that easy to reach. And to finish, so Brazil at Worldia. So we have a wide range of accommodation, 3 to 5 stars hotel, boutique hotel, posadas, and we have almost 600 selected hotels in the whole country. You have a wide variety of group and private activities. We have at the moment 240. We have a really nice professionals and passionate partners on site. You can find 13 itineraries on our website to inspire your customers, and you can sell them like this. You can change and modify a bit if you want, but they are itineraries that you can sell with closed eyes. And we have some experts that are able to answer your request and help you build the itinerary if you need. And for the itineraries, here I have selected four that actually show the places that I've just mentioned before. Of course, there's a lot of options that we can do. You have an itinerary in the Costa Verde, so from Rio, Ilha Grande, Paraty, and Rio. So it's an itinerary that you don't have to take a domestic flight, and you can either do this option or a more extended one, starting with São Paulo. You stop in Ubatuba, Paraty, Ilha Grande, and Rio. So you can spend 1 week until 2 weeks in this area. The essential for a first discovery is usually it's Rio, Iguazu, and Salvador, which is called the Triangle. You have the big tour, the grand tour, with Rio, Iguazu, the Amazon, Salvador, and a beach day in Praia do Forte, but it can be in Ibaçaí, Morro de São Paulo, Boipeba if you want. Just important, if the client wants to stay in Morro de São Paulo or Boipeba, I recommend to stay one night after in Salvador if they have an international flight, because there is a beach, a boat cruise, and if for any reason the ocean is not good, they can miss their flight. So it's better to have a night in Salvador, just in case. And we also have an itinerary called Rio Express on our website, which is a 1 week itinerary in Rio with a lot of different experience to enjoy this beautiful city. And here it is for me. I know it was a bit fast. Is there any questions? No questions? Okay, well, I hope it was interesting. As I said before, we have a other destination in Brazil in the platform. This was more the essential for first discovery, but of course we can do another session for different places, maybe a bit more off the beaten track. So don't hesitate to let us know if it's needed. And yeah, I invite you to have a look at the website as well. Will we have access to the slides? Yes, I think so, and I'm also recording it, so you can watch this in another time before. And the other question, how long would you need for the grand tour? I would recommend at least 2 weeks minimum. Yeah, 2 weeks it would be good. You can spend Minimum three nights in Rio, 3 or 4 nights, then 2 nights in Iguazu, so we are 5, 6. 1 night in Manaus, 7. 10 days with the lodge. Yeah, it's 14, 15 nights would be nice because you have different flights. If you want to add the Pantanal, uh, ah, the Pantanal, it's quite complicated to reach. You have two different parts of the Pantanal. You have the Pantanal North and the South. Um, I would say you have to add at least 4 or 5 nights because you're gonna have at least one day to reach the Pantanal, depending on where you are, and to enjoy fully, I would say to stay at least 3 nights in the Pantanal. So yeah, 3 or 4 nights. I'd say yeah, 20 days more or less. If you don't want to rush. Huh? Thank you for DDD. I think I answered all of them. Path. Sorry, I'm not really good with this platform. How do we get to your Brazil specialist? You have the line. Probably you have the number already. If you need, you can call one of our of travel specialists if you need some advice. I'm gonna ask the team to send you the details if you don't have them already. But don't hesitate, of course. Huh? And that's it. I think I answered all of them. Do you have any other questions? I want to go to Brazil more now. Go. I recommend I recommend to go. But be careful once you go there, once you want to go back again. Um, yeah, so perfect. If you have other question afterwards, please don't hesitate to send it to me or to your contact, and we'll be happy to answer all of that. So thank you very much, and have a good day. Bye bye. Tic.